Hello and all, welcome to a Galaxy Man Show interview show. So for my very next guest is this incredible actor who's in a series called Power Rangers MasterForce, and he's basically a Power Ranger in Power Rangers MasterForce. So I'm about to add Ty Brunner into the live now and have a chat with Ty about his incredible role in Power Rangers MasterForce. So yeah, let's add Ty in and have a chat with Ty. Hey Ty, what's up?
Oh, just another day, another fun day.
Yes. So I just want to say first up, thank you so much Ty, for appearing on my show. It's such a pleasure having you on the show today. To people that don't know who you are, Ty, if you can give like a bit of backstory about yourself and to talk about your role, what you play in Power Rangers MasterForce.
So I'm Tyler Brunner, and I play more as the Blue Ranger. I started in season one back in October of last year. At first, I was a fan, and Alan put out a contest to see who can make a really cool monster, and my wonderful girl Lou, who can't join in because she's working currently, had designed a monster for her comic series that we're just like, do we want this in here? Do we not want it? We played around with it for a few days, and then we just said, you know what, screw it, we'll send it to Alan, and we'll go from there. I ended up winning and joining as that monster and giving the Season 1 Rangers, well, kind of a sticky situation, which...
Awesome. So we'll dive right into the questions now, Ty. So, as you mentioned, you play Morris, the Blue Ranger, in Power Rangers MasterForce, and of course a villain. What's it like? What has like the whole experience been like for you, getting to be in like a Power Rangers series?
I have like no words for it, honestly. At first, it was just, oh, hey, just play a villain, have some fun here and there, and then get casted as Morris. And it's been really life-changing being in that role. And I love role-playing games. I have a collection myself. And having to do a Power Rangers one was definitely strange at first. And then getting more and more into the episodes, I get to see more and more of character development and all that. I'm like, this is really fun. And then, of course, some sneaky stuff from more recent stuff, which I won't go into because they'll have my head. Well, even though they're on the Instagram.
Yeah.
And being in that suit, feeling what they felt through those episodes, filming those actual Power Ranger episodes, what is with that neck piece? Just, I'm not used to turtlenecks.
Yeah. Awesome. So on to our very next question for you, Ty. So with being in Power Rangers MasterForce, why do you recommend Power Rangers MasterForce to people that haven't seen it yet?
I recommend it because we have definitely went from kind of a COVID role-playing game type scenario up to some crazy stuff later this season. And we have been dubbed, I believe, by some people as the collab kings of the fandom. We got hybrids that we crossed over with me being the crazy fool and the fish. And Dark Unity was definitely fun to play with. Tomas was absolutely brilliant. I wish he would have eaten Dax, but he rolled low. But having all these different collabs has been really fun. Getting to hear from other creators has been a load of definitely interesting how Alan and all these creators come together and just go, okay, here's a 2-part episode. And to see it come together like it has is just astonishing.
Awesome. So on to our very next question for you, Ty. So what has been your most favorite episode to film for Power Rangers Master Force, and why?
Ooh, that's definitely a tough one. Um, I would have to say, um, A Pirate's Life for me, just because, not just because it was a Morris and Jake focused episode, but I got to beat in my friend's head who played the Nurse Joy person, but it was definitely a comeback for me because I'm like, okay, I got to focus on my health. I got to focus on my energy production. I better just take him out while I can. I use my finisher on him. And then as soon as he says, I get up, I hope you have something to protect you. I'm like, oh crap. What do I do? I'm like, wait, the night shield. It'll save me. And I'm glad I remembered it because he later told us what the roll was, and it was over 450 damage
Wow.
each. And I'm like, oh, I dodged a huge bullet there.
Awesome. So on to our very next question for you, Ty. So with being in Power Rangers Master Force, what have you learnt from Alan from Power Rangers Master Force?
From Alan, definitely the communication and the creativity. Yes, at first it seemed like, oh, it's just another reproduction of Shattered Grid and all that. But seeing how the stories progressed up to season two definitely hits harder more than season one because we have peace now. But seeing how Alan's mind works through the different stuff, it's like what we say in D&D. You know a good dungeon master when his players are going to go crazy and go off and try to do their own thing, and he throws random stuff to keep them there. And that's exactly what has happened through season one, season two. He's kept his players from, he hasn't really sent them out, but also let them, no, I got to stay towards the story a little bit here. And we got to play around with ideas through episodes. I haven't had much because I'm also the cameraman. And my creativity has been towards my own comics, my own stories lately. So.
Awesome. Sounds like our very next question for you, Ty. So what would you like, what do you prefer more? Do you prefer playing the villain, or do you prefer playing a Power Ranger more?
I prefer the hero. I don't like screwing around with my characters. You know, bloody them up, beat them down. It just feels nice, more nice to play the hero and watch them grow.
Yes. Yes. On to our very next question. So, did you get to choose your own color for Power Rangers Master Force, like blue?
No. I took over Fletcher Morris's position after he had some, I think he was having school stuff go on, so he couldn't be in the sessions as much, I think was what happened. But he's just like, well, do you want to play the Blue Ranger? I'm like, well, why not? I'm already doing this, so why not? And it had been a lot of fun, and we had a lot of fun that first episode that I got debuted.
Awesome. So, on to our very next question. So, what made you decide to get into the Power Rangers franchise in the first place? Like, what would be your all-time favorite season of Power Rangers, and why?
So my all-time favorite season is Mystic Force. I love the mysticness of it. I love fantasy life. But what got me into Power Rangers in the first place was the two movies. I would always rent a game and one of the two movies, and that would be my weekend or week because rentals. Um, but my first actual purchase, I think, was Green with Evil, the VHS tape, and I just binged those episodes day in day out for a while.
Awesome. So let's go to your next question. So who would be your all-time favorite, like, Power Rangers villain and why?
I'm starting to really like Astronema and Divatox because I really love the Boom series where it's gone. And whoa, just the backstory for those two, I absolutely love. It flatlines what happened in space, why Divatox is the way she is. It. I recommend going to read the rest. I ain't going to spoil the rest of it.
So I'll tell you your next question. So if you could, like, if your Ranger Morris could work with any five team members, who would they be and why?
Well, definitely Billy from Unworthy. I think they would have a hoot together. Probably Trini from Mighty Morphin. Leader-wise, ooh, that's a tough one. I would have to go with Jen, just because she has that futuristic side to her season. I'm not going to go with my favorite Tommy because he's always so used. It just seems like we've had him in 4 seasons. It just seems like he needs to get there. I think Zane needs some more time, probably from in space. Didn't seem like he got a lot of screen time. What would be my last Ranger? That is the tough one.
I actually have a really awesome Power Ranger for you for your team, by the way.
Shoot.
Dylan from RPM.
Yeah, that would make a lot of sense.
Yes. There you go. That's your team. All right there.
Couple of tech geniuses, a guy on hard RPM.
Awesome. So on to your next question, Ty. So with being in Power Rangers MasterForce, is there any like last final thoughts that you like to give to people on the show? Like any like upcoming episodes that you're excited for like season 2?
Of course, next year we're going to do something special. I definitely say look forward to that. But I think tonight's episode is going to be really great because if people have watched last time where Morris was tied up most of the time, but still got to talk, it's going to be a load of fun how the Rangers react because the only 2 people who know what's going on right now, quote unquote, because what's going on was the key thing last season, is Morris and Mac. And they're bringing a load of pain in the next episode for a few Rangers.
Yes. Awesome. Well, can I just say thank you so much, Ty, for appearing on the show. It's been such a pleasure having you on the show today. Everyone, definitely go support Power Rangers MasterForce. Alan, the director, has been truly sensational with all these incredible episodes that he's made so far. And season 2 is just going to go through the roof. So everyone definitely go check out Power Rangers MasterForce. Give them the amazing support. The cast are truly incredible. Highly recommend. Definitely go support them. It's been as I said, it's been a pleasure, Ty.
Definitely.
Yeah, any last final thoughts that you'd like to give to people on the show?
None that I can think of. It's been a great interview. It's been a great day, even though it's Friday the 13th.
Well, for me, it's Saturday today. So I'm like, coffee. Last night I went out for Friday the 13th, and I'm like, yep, I need to go out for Friday the 13th. So I went out last night, enjoyed the night, and then, yeah, did an interview with you. So, as I said, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much again, Ty. Stay safe. All the best for this episode tonight for Power Rangers Master Force. And yeah, as I said, everyone definitely go support Power Rangers Master Force.